My name is John Martney. I live in Boulder Heights on Deer Trail Road, and lived here since 1976. And so we've been through several fires, both the old stage fires, the Overland Mountain Fire, and now the Fourmile Canyon Fire. And we have some idea of the things that we take out of the house, but you never really think about it until the time comes that you have to leave. And we just had a neighbor, one of our friends, was down on the plains, and she called us and said, "It looks like there's a big fire behind your house." And so we looked out, and of course we always look out this way first, and we didn't see anything. And then we looked out the side window, and we could see it was just incredible, the cloud coming up over the side of the house there. And so we immediately went up to the ridge, and we could see, at that time we could see flame coming out in the smoke. The smoke was essentially obliterating the sun, and ash was falling down all over the house, all around here. So it was pretty intense for a while. Of course, right at first, when the flames were coming up, there was no air support for this last fire, and so we didn't really hear any helicopters or anything until we'd really been evacuated by that time. I think, just watching it, I mean, it was moving real fast, and so we kind of thought that we could have some real problems. We could actually have the house burned down. So the time that we saw all the helicopters and the aircraft and everything was Thursday when we'd come back up, and at that time they had the full, then we had the bombers coming over and the helicopters and everything else, but we felt pretty good by that time, because that means there's a lot of people around. Of course, every driveway on the ridge had a fire truck in it. And, being a pilot, I went up and could fly. We had to stay outside of the restricted area, but we could fly and see that our house was still standing too. So we actually, surprisingly enough, most of the information, interestingly enough, didn't come from the police department or the sheriff's department or anything about which houses were standing. Most of the information we got came from citizens, neighbors, that could find a point where they could watch the houses and tell whether or not the houses had burned. So we pretty much knew that Boulder Heights had been saved before the sheriff even told us anything.